So how many of you guys like to go out and mow properties and not get paid for it? Today I'm going to give you two different examples of how I've done my billing in the past and how it's actually screwed me over. So the first example is monthly billing. So picture this, you're riding around in your truck, you're going from job to job, customer calls you and says, hey, I'd like a quote on lawn service. And as soon as you hear the word they want a quote, you're like, yes! You know, that's why you're in business, right? Heck yeah, I'll come and give you a bid. So you rush over there, you talk with the customer and you're like, look, I can do this yard, mow, trim, edge, and blow, $50 every week, every mow. And the customer's like, yeah, that seems fair. Let's do it. Let's set this up. So what you do next is you get all their information. You get their name, their address, everything, even their email address. And you explain to the customer, look, I do monthly billing. I will email you an invoice at the end of the month. You will have 2 weeks to pay your bill. Customer says, let's do it. So now you're like, sweet. I got another gig, let's get it done. So the next week you go mow and you go mow for the first time and you sit back and you look and you're like, man, the customer's gonna be happy with this one. Them stripes are top notch. Then week 2 comes around and you mow it at a different angle. Now you maybe have like a crisscross pattern. You got some diamonds in there, maybe some squares. Stripes are looking perfect. You're like, oh, this customer's gonna be, they're gonna be happy. So then week 3 comes around, week 4 comes around, you mow it, property looks awesome. So now it's the end of the month, you sit down, you're billing all your customers, you bill this new customer for $200. $200 for 4 mows, 50 bucks a pop. Now you just have to sit back and wait for them to pay. So the customer's only had the invoice for a couple of days, plus, remember, you told them that you're gonna have 2 weeks to pay this bill. So what do? Week 5 rolls around, you go mow for the 5th time. Now week 6 rolls around and you're like, man, I still haven't got paid. What am I gonna do? Well, you're still gonna go mow because you gave them 2 weeks to pay. Now a lot of companies, they will tell you you have 30 days to pay. I like doing the 2-week thing just because of this reason right here. But you have to give the customer time to pay. I fully believe you can't expect to have payment within 4 or 5 days of sending an invoice. So week number 6 rolls around, you go mow for the 6th time. The property's looking really good, but you still haven't got paid. Pretty sure you guys know where this is going. You mow for the 6th time, customer owes you $300, they still haven't paid, you cut off service, and now you spend the next few weeks, months, whatever the case may be, shooting emails to them, calling them, sending letters in the mail, and you still don't get paid. What do? So example number 2 is pretty much like example number 1, but you're on a 2-week pay schedule. So the only thing different is you're gonna bill after every 2 weeks. And you do this so you don't get screwed over like you did with monthly billing. But here it's the same scenario. You go and you mow week 1, you mow week 2, they owe you $100. So you invoice them, but you have to give them time to pay the invoice. So week 3 and 4, you still go ahead and mow. They still haven't paid you. Now you're still out $200. These are actual examples that I have done. That these are things that have happened to me over and over again. So the first couple years of my business, I billed every 2 weeks. It worked out pretty good. You're still gonna have to chase some money, but it didn't seem like I was chasing as much as when I went to monthly billing. Problem I didn't like with every 2 weeks is you're doing it every 2 weeks, and it just became like every other week you're like, oh, I gotta sit down and do billing again. And it's not that big a deal if you have 10 customers, but when you have 100 customers or 50 customers or even 500 customers, that becomes a huge deal. So I got a couple tips I'm gonna share with you guys, some things that I've learned over the past couple of years that may help you out in situations like this. So the first option I'm gonna give you guys is the prepayment option. Basically what this option is if you're on a weekly schedule and there's 4 weeks in that month that you're gonna mow, then you would bill that customer for 4 mows. If they don't pay, then you don't mow. It's as simple as that. If there happens to be 5 weeks in that month, then you bill them for 5 weeks. And like I said before, if the customer doesn't pay, then you don't mow. You make that known to the customer right off the bat. If payment is not received, then service doesn't happen. With prepayment, you will never chase your money, obviously. But also with prepayment is what I'm scared about is chasing customers off. As a homeowner, I don't think I would like the prepayment deal. I think that might stop me from signing up. So the option I'm going to do this year, the option that I like a little bit better is having a credit card on file. And depending on the program that you use, your software that you help run your business, I use Yardbooks. With Yardbooks, there's an option in there where you can send a deal to the customer, they can input their credit card information. It gets saved into the system. So the credit card is now on file. I haven't seen the credit card number. I don't know what the credit card number is. All I know is the last 4 digits. That's the only thing I ever see. So the customer actually feels safe doing it that way because I don't know what the credit card number is. So to me, that's a better option. But also it gives the customer a sense of control also, because the credit card isn't getting billed by me unless they are past due. Unless 6 weeks go by and they have not paid me yet, then I can bill on their credit card. But other than that, they, if they want to bill on their credit card, that's fine. Whatever, whatever payment they want to have. But I want a credit card on file just in case they do not pay. All right, so that's kind of my thoughts on the subject. What do you guys do? What do you guys do to ensure that you get what you're owed? And also, how many of you guys actually do the prepayment deal? And what percentage of customers do you think are kind of scared off by the prepayment deal? I know that's probably the best option out there. For me, I'm just a little scared for customers not signing up for my service because of that. So I'd like to get your guys' opinions on the deal. Obviously, at the end of the day, none of us like chasing money. None of us like not being paid what we're owed. So I just want to try to find ways that we don't have to deal with that anymore as much.